Ah, shit.
That's ideally the best
down.
thing that'll happen today.
I caught my wire and it just made everything go down.
Oh, I hate that. It's worse when you're like listening to earphones and you like catch the wire on your coat button or on something. And
that'll probably be the intro to the show.
Hey. 1, 2, 3, record fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, episode 17. The now over 17 hours of free listening and joy. I keep bringing that up and I don't know why.
You really want to make money on this, don't you?
It'll always be the dream. It'll always be the dream.
It'd be nice. I mean, I would definitely put ads on this, but
could you imagine this? But I think if this was a job, it'd be a real hard job. I mean, I've been listening to a podcast where these people made their podcast their job, and it sounds like a real just dick to do. But then saying that they were like an American podcast, so maybe that makes all the difference. Don't know.
How? What? How would that make a difference?
Oh,
I don't understand.
I don't know. Like, a tax is different. I'm not sure. How hard is tax? I've never had to deal with my own tax before.
I believe they pay less tax than us.
I don't even know. Well, different states I think charge different things, and they're in San Francisco, and everything's a lot more expensive. So
I was looking into that. In Florida, have the cheapest tax. So if you wanted to buy electronic devices and get them shipped over, that's probably the best place to get them from.
Well, there you go. We need to move to Florida and ship American hardware over.
Yeah, but then you just get stopped at customs and have to pay our goddamn tax.
No, someone else would have to do that. We'd live in Florida and ship them over. Someone else would have to pay import tax.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I did Disney World every day.
Yeah, I did briefly. Although saying that these people were born in Florida and they said they hated it. Although saying that, I knew a guy who had a PS3 before they were released here. He had a PS3, had a Chinese one. Although I don't think they released them in China, so it must have been like a grey market one.
PS3 did get released in China, and the 360 did as well. They were the first. Oh no, hang on. Was it Xbox One? No, the Xbox One was the first console to be released in China officially.
I thought the PS3.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it was the PS3 because it was sort of based as a supercomputer. They weren't releasing it officially. But yeah,
I'm sure you could buy it over there. But the official first games console that wasn't made in China, ironically, considering they're all made in China, it was the Xbox One that was the first official one to be sold.
Yeah, after 6 years, the PS3 could finally be released in China. So, I'm guessing they were buying them from somewhere else, unless it was Hong Kong.
Because Hong Kong, they were able to.
Yeah, but anyway, he paid like £300 for a PS3.
Yeah,
which was ridiculous when they first came out, because they were like $700. I mean, this has nothing to do with any of the news topics we had. This is
nothing whatsoever. No,
this is just purely a little anecdote to get the show off to a start. So Halo Wars, the first one, not the that's my printer deciding to come alive
again.
I don't know what it is. It just it does it at night as well and makes me think someone's trying to break in. So the first Halo Wars is coming to Steam and I guess the Windows Store.
Well, it was already released on the Windows Store because it was part of the pre-order special edition version of Halo Wars 2. You got access to it when you bought that, and then it went standalone.
Yeah.
And now they're putting it over to Steam. But my God, this news is annoying.
Yeah. So basically, if you have the game on the Windows Store, you can't play with someone who has it on Steam.
So stupid.
don't
fragment your user base. What the hell?
Yeah, there's nothing about segregating the users, is there? But
So what will happen? Because nobody wants to buy games on the Windows Store unless it's the only way you can play that game. People are going to buy it for Steam, and then it's just going to be Steam users. The Steam community would be much bigger than the Windows community, I would think.
It's yeah, it's really odd, isn't it? I mean, I had exactly this problem recently with like Vermintide. So I bought Vermintide on the PS4 because it was cheap, and I thought, oh, I'll always be able to find games on the PS4. But no one wanted to buy it on the PS4. It's definitely a PC game. Yeah. And then got the game on Steam for basically next to nothing. And your user base is huge.
And you got to play with your friends as well.
Oh, well.
Because we all had it on PC.
Yeah, there was a downside to everything. But yeah, so it just seems really odd. I mean, I guess it is an infrastructure thing. Maybe the infrastructure for Steam is just too different to interact with the infrastructure for the Windows Store, whatever it's called.
Maybe, because you can do cross-play with Xbox One and Windows 10 now, can't you? It might be something to do with that, but my God,
just a real
just breaking up you. Yeah, it's stupid, really stupid.
But then I don't even think it's every game can be Windows 10, Xbox One crossplay, can it?
No, you have to enable it. Basically, it's up to the developer if they want to do that, because then it becomes cross-buy. Microsoft said their games will be cross-buy titles. So if you buy it digitally, you get it for both systems. So I think what they're thinking of, if you've got a PC in your back room, you can play it there, and then if you fancy going into the lounge and just chilling out on the couch, you can carry on playing it on the Xbox, which is cool. That's fine. It's cool. So I like that. That's fine. But I just don't know why you'd want to split up the online base.
Yeah, the PC gamers. I mean, Microsoft have never got the online store right, because it's always, they had that games for Windows Live and all these other stores, and they've never been anything. And I don't know if they're trying to compete with Steam, but really someone just needs to partner with Steam. Whether it's maybe Steam keeps saying, maybe people keep trying to partner with Steam, and Steam just say no, we're happy, we are the market leader, we don't need to partner with anyone.
Yeah, they don't. They are the market leader for sure.
Although I think Origin is making sort of inroads to it. I know there's still a massive gap.
The thing is with Origin, that's based around EA games. Yeah, they've got games that they've published from other places, and they've got some other games on there. I think they've got a couple of Ubisoft games on there as well. I saw on their storefront. So obviously they take a cut, and then it goes off to all the other parties involved. But which is the same as how Steam works. But Steam, well, Valve, they barely ever make games now, and they're just more than happy to have games being put up on their platform. And the less they can do, and the more money they can make, they seem happy with that.
I think, and this is a conspiracy that I've been reading quite a lot, is that Valve do make games, and Valve make a lot of games, so they just never release them. So
yeah, they probably do a lot in-house stuff, game jam type stuff. But oh god, I'd love for them to, if that is true, I'd love for them to actually just release them.
Yeah, Portal 3, Left 4 Dead 3, just make it happen. I don't care.
They're already on Half-Life 10 by now. It's just Gabe doesn't want anyone to play with his baby.
I would love that. I would love if there's just, like, if you work for Steam, everyone's just so sick of Half-Life 4, they just can't be bothered with it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like someone needs to partner. Whether it's like, I think Sony keep trying to do it as well. They keep trying to get this thing.
Is that your cat?
Again, yeah, just wants to be.
So many noises on your side this week.
I know. What do you? The problem is the door's kind of swung shut and he can't get in, and now he's just whinging about it. And can I reach enough to open the door? No, because there's a bag in the way. No, I did it somehow. Right, so Christ, it's not even about games. It's just about the mess that is my house this week. So I guess that's it. Sony keep trying to do this like streaming thing for PS3 titles. I think did they start putting PS4 titles on that PS now?
Horizon's going to be on it, yeah.
So I mean, maybe that'll be a thing. Make it a subscription. I think the subscription is quite expensive at the minute. I think it's about 18 quid a month. You make that like a tenner a month. And have like new games on it, but even like 17 quid, games rarely last more than a month. So for 17 quid, you could finish like 2 or 3 games.
I guess so, but wow, it seems pretty expensive.
Yeah, I guess when you kind of factor in what you get, but again, it's one of those things where like how much will you play a game? Like, will you, like, if you buy a disc game, will you go back and play it again and again and again and again and again, or will you play through it once and just be like, well, got everything I need out of that?
I used to when I was a kid, when I couldn't afford the game.
Yeah, when you couldn't afford games.
Once I finish one, I'm on to the next one.
Now you have a backlog. It's really a race to get through them as quick as possible.
It really is, yeah.
So, I mean, for that sort of thing, I guess a subscription fee is like more than manageable. Certainly, I think Origin is spectacular. If they put new games on Origin, Jesus. That's the Origin Access thing, not just Origin. I know there's new games on Origin.
But yeah, I've quite liked the Access Vault thing. I mean, we're playing through Dead Space 3 at the moment. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, it's a shame the other two weren't. Well, I say it's a shame the other two weren't co-op. The other two were survival horrors. This is more like an action adventure game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Battlefront, I know, is on it, but for some reason it's only like the base set.
Yeah, so you still have to buy DLC and stuff, but
yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna buy DLC for a game that I'm renting.
Yeah.
But saying that, the Battlefront 2 has been announced, that has a full co-op campaign, single player campaign, and I think they said there's going to be no DLC for it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
We'll see.
Anyway, let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, I suppose we better. NES Mini, Nintendo announced that there just isn't going to be anymore.
Which, their explanation for this was they weren't planning it to be, a big thing. Granted, you weren't going to know how popular this was going to be. So obviously they thought, we'll make X amount, we should sell about that much, and it will just be for Christmas. We'll just do a small batch, essentially, or a few waves of batches coming out, because places, obviously, everyone knows that it was sold out, hard to get a hold of. Scalpers are putting it up on eBay for ridiculous amounts.
Like basically 4 times the amount.
Yeah, and like $250 or something. It's crazy when it's like 50 quid normally. It was a good price. It was a good. I get their understanding. It proved to be extremely popular, as I was just explaining there. You think business sense would be, let's make more, but that's not the case. It's like, nah, that's it, done.
Maybe they don't make a lot of money on them. Maybe that's what the.
Maybe it is that. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like such an odd thing. They had a really, really popular product, and people are just like, take my money, I want it now, and they don't want to make it.
Yeah, Nintendo have always been crap at this as well. They always run this thing of like forced scarcity, so people want it but can't have it, and that drives up the hype more. So when it does come out, people are less likely to think about it and just go out and buy it. Which is, I guess, the problem that they've. I don't even know if it's a problem. It's probably just their business model. It's the thing that's been going on with the Switch. Everyone said, yeah, desperately want a Switch. You can't... In some places, you cannot buy them for love nor money. Here, you can walk into a shop and pick one up. It's not.
Yeah, it seems to be America is a problem of stock.
But yeah, it's just... Nintendo's really weird business sense. I mean, I kind of get...
It seems to work, though. That's the thing. It really does work for them, for the most part.
Yeah, but the hype... They drive the hype up and then do nothing with it. So they drove the hype up. They could flood the market with millions of these things, and people would snap them up because they either want one or because scalpers... you're a scalper and you think you can sell them all online. And you won't be able to sell them online because the market's flooded with them, but they don't know that yet, so they've just given like Nintendo all their money. So yeah, I genuinely don't know what on earth they're thinking.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in their business meetings, and I could understand Japanese as well.
Yeah.
And just like listen to them, just figure out what their mindset is for these kind of things. Because like if this was an American company or a European company or something, they'd just be hammering it to as fast as they can get them out there for people to buy.
Yeah. But I genuinely think Nintendo is just like, well, we can't even be bothered. I don't even know why we made these things in the first place.
Maybe.
But yeah, I suspect it's that they're not making enough money on them. I know that the internals of them are not expensive.
It's basically a Raspberry Pi essentially.
Yeah, it's basically a computer on a chip, and inside like an old NES shell that they are pumping out.
It's just a cool little thing, and like people that aren't that interested in games but remember their childhood and they've got kids and they want to share things, they seemed really interested in this as well, and they can't get hold of it, and just odd.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I kind of thought would go a bit the way of the Wii, so everyone would want one, but then after a while people are just like, why have I got this? And then they just sell them for pence. But because of this enforced scarcity now, I've got a feeling that the collectors are going to be big on them. Yeah,
definitely. They're going to have multiples, and then in like 20 years' time try to sell them off for like £1,000 or something.
I think you'd struggle to... I think you struggle to get rid of them in like a couple of years. But I've been wrong with these things before, and I suspect this is probably going to be one of those things. And on the back of this, Nintendo, a source apparently says the SNES Mini is coming this Christmas.
It's like the discontinuation of the NES Mini comes out this week as an official thing, because it was said last week that it was going to be America. Now it's official in Europe that it's not going to be anymore, and I think Japan as well. They're just shipping out the last bit of stock and then that's it. It's done. And then the sources go, "Oh yeah, we're going to do a SNES," like everyone assumed that they would. So next year is going to be the N64. Which I will definitely pre-order.
I don't know, I'm still not sure about this SNES Mini. I'm just not convinced, because I'm sure the source is reliable, but can they be bothered? Do they want to do this?
Well, look at how much they sold this time. They're gonna sell. They could at least double, triple.
Hopefully, they double the print run.
Yeah. I'd love to know how many they made.
I bet they made a lot. Well, I say a lot. Probably less than 1 million.
It's one of those things that's really hard to judge of what to, make. But they just like they could have sold so much more.
Yeah, I bet they made less than 1 million.
I know these things also come down to manufacturing costs and when you can get them manufactured and who you're going to get them manufactured from, if they can fulfill the order. If when you set these things up, you go to a place and they say, I want X amount done by this time, they do that, and then they're going on to the next thing that they've got lined up.
Mm-hmm.
So on the manufacturing side, yeah, it's timing and money and stuff. But even still, you'd think they'd go, right, this is really popular. Can we get more made?
Yeah. But yeah, there's been a couple of games that I want to see on the SNES Mini things. So there was 30 games. I'm not even sure I could name 30 SNES games off the top of my head. But I bet between the two of us, we could think of at least 30 SNES games. So,
well, you know what would be on there? It'll be Mario All-Star World.
yeah, Mario All-Stars. But is it going to be Mario All-Stars with World included? Or are they going to separate World out and then make it 2 games?
Probably 2 games.
Yeah, so All-Stars and World, it's got to be those 2, really.
It'll be Mario Kart.
It has to be Mario Kart.
The Donkey Kong games.
That's
3 there.
I don't know about all of the Donkey Kong games. Maybe the first one? But why? What would be the point?
There'd be Metroid. There'd be Star Fox.
Oh, definitely Metroid. I don't know about Star Fox, because apparently the Super FX chip games are notoriously hard to emulate.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, maybe that won't be in it, but it's one that they'd probably want to put on.
So yeah, that's Star Fox and Yoshi's Island. That won't be on it.
Yeah.
So we've got Metroid, Zelda probably. There was only one Zelda on it, so that.
Maybe they could do a deal with Capcom and get a couple of Street Fighters on there.
I would be surprised if Street Fighter wasn't on it.
F-Zero, of course.
Was that not a Super FX? No, it was a Mode 7 game. Yeah, F-Zero probably, although bloody hard. What else? Anything particularly third party? Castlevania. They had a couple of Castlevanias possibly on the NES. Well, they had Castlevanias on the NES Mini.
I'm just trying to think of some more games, but my mind has gone completely dead.
Then, like, what have we got for, like, platformers or...
Zelda, of course.
Yeah, we've already said Zelda. What was it? Someone said ActRaiser. Maybe a R-Type. One of those type of games.
Maybe Tetris.
Tetris, probably Tetris.
Possibly a Pac-Man.
Someone said they wanted Earthbound to be on it, and I was like, yep, if Earthbound was on it, I would pre-order one today. But being as it was never released in PAL territories anyway, it'd be the only way we'd get to play it.
Yeah.
But then why would you put like an 80-hour game on this like throwaway like toy, basically?
I don't know, it's whatever they could get deals on, I guess. Whatever's quick and easy.
Yeah, and they have like... Well, someone said that the one of the games on the NES was clearly an emulate, like a ROM from the internet.
Probably.
Just because this guy always like signed his ROMs and it had like part of his signature in it. So that was very dirty of Nintendo. So I guess the moral of the story is we don't know what R30 are. And off the cuff, that was a pretty hard question, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's just your Nintendo games, I guess, and then maybe a few third-party games.
Yeah, a lot of first-party, a couple of third-party. Stands to be seen whether I will buy it or not. I mean, I really liked my SNES. My SNES was the console for that, the 16-bit era.
I mean, I didn't have these consoles. The first console I ever owned was the N64. So,
lame.
If they do an N64 one, I'd love a little mini N64. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. Although I think the N64 is fairly hard to emulate. But I don't know. I guess it would be nice if they re-released them all, and you had like mini everything console, mini GameCube. Oh my god,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. But then you can't really go for a mini Wii because they've already made that. And yeah, then you get into like Mini Wii U. They've just finished. They've just discontinued the Wii U. They're not going to make a mini one. Although saying that, if they had like a mini Wii U that you paired up to your smartphone, don't know.
I don't know where you're going with that.
No, so you'd use your smartphone as the Wii U game tablet, but you're still missing controls and so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm already bored of that idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, mini SNES might be coming. It's not confirmed yet. Sources say that it's being done, but then as soon as the NES Mini came out, everyone was like, "They're making a SNES Mini. Don't tell anyone." Like, you've never been to Japan. You have no sources in Nintendo. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I suspect it will happen, and then next year it'll be the N64. They'd be stupid not to, because people want them.
I think, well, they would stop at the GameCube if they were going to.
Yeah.
But then the GameCube games, when games got to sort of CDs, they even like N64 games got so sort of big, they were like 20 hours to complete. NES and SNES games were designed to kind of be completed in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I could see why they would go no further than the SNES. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So, I guess that was the big news. Was there more big news?
Well, no, that was just mini news, I'm afraid.
Ah, terrible. That was so bad. Excuse me. I thought I read something that I was just going to add in, and now I don't remember what it was. So it was really exciting.
Yeah, that was a great story.
No idea what it was I read. I'm sure it was interesting. There was a thing on Facebook that said like the Switch has been pretty successful for Nintendo, and it has. The console has sold a lot.
Well, yeah, it's over 2 million, isn't it?
Yeah, games. They've sold more copies of Zelda than they have sold Switches, which is interesting.
Oh, is that including the Wii U version?
Crap. I don't know. I think there's probably a lot of people that bought several copies of Zelda because like trade-in shops were giving more than the retail price for them.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So it could be that. But yeah, someone said it's been so. Oh, excuse me. I think I might be dying.
Oh, hurry up.
God, what is that? I'm sure this feels like there's something stuck in my throat. My eyes are watering, my nose is streaming. I might already be dead. It might be the cat. Maybe I'm allergic to the cat. Yeah, so someone said that the Switch has been so successful, but the hardware is still quite expensive because you have the removable Joy-Cons and things.
Yeah.
And that someone suggested that if they made a Switch Mini, which was basically like a Vita or PSP, then they estimate that they would sell like several million. I don't know how they would estimate you'd sell millions of them, being as it's a theoretical console. But yeah, make it a bit cheaper, make it a bit smaller. Well, the form factor was smaller, but the screen was bigger. But it wouldn't have the removable Joy-Cons, so I don't think it would work as a Switch.
No, you'd lose lots of functionality.
Yeah. So I think they were just talking nonsense.
That would be just for testing purposes. That would be just another system to test.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that was the sort of news and my imminent demise. I guess we should go on to the main topic, really.
Yeah.
If you don't want to introduce it, that's fine. You can just
Sorry, you usually introduce everything, so I was just waiting for you.
Oh, great, fine. So the main topic is quite an interesting one, actually. It's one that's even for me has changed a lot recently, and it's how do you buy games these days? God, I don't even know how to begin answering that, really. So we've got. Do you go new? We'll go down the list. So, Do you tend to go new or second-hand?
I also forgot to add on digital there as well.
Well, you've got online in shops. But digital has to be new. You don't get second-hand digital games.
Yeah, true. But I mean, what I suppose I should have put it is new box, second-hand box, or digital.
But then we've got. Do you buy them digitally? Oh no, you've got online or in shops, which I guess would mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting confused. So we're going to add in digital quickly. Digital. Yeah. So, new, second-hand, or digital?
Yeah. So I'm. At the moment, I just tend to be buying digital. So I'm buying stuff on PC and buying the actual product on PC. Unless I can get it cheaper in the shop, I'll just buy it digitally now. I mean, the last game I bought was Mass Effect, and I bought that from my shop, but they just sent me a box with a code to download it.
It's ridiculous. Absolute.
It is ridiculous.
Absolute nonsense.
So technically that was digital, but via a shop, which was cheaper than buying it on Origin itself.
Weird.
Yeah, so that's one of those weird grey areas. But yeah, for the most part, I'll for the new consoles, for Xbox or PlayStation and PC, I guess. I tend to buy new. If it's a new game coming out, I'll obviously get it new. If it's been out for a while, and it's on a console, I'll buy it second hand if it's cheap, or unless there's a good sale on the new version. But then most of the time it's just digital on PC now.
I don't remember the last time I bought a new second-hand game. Oh, I say new second-hand game. A new release second-hand. I just don't do it.
No, I don't tend to do it. It's just it's if it's been out for like 6 months and I hadn't got round to playing it, I would make a decision between the new and the second-hand depending on the price.
I mean, I tend not even to do that. It's just I will always buy things new. It's not that I have anything particular against it. I do have something against secondhand. Basically, that the developers only get that sale once, I guess. Whereas if I bought it new, it doesn't even matter if you buy it new but heavily discounted. They still get the sale, like another sale, I guess.
I say 95% of the time I buy new. Very occasionally I buy a second-hand one.
If I'm kind of out and about and they're like, oh yeah, buy this pre-owned for like £1 and it's a good game, I might be like, yeah, all right then. Certainly, like the previous generations, I don't think you could get them new, but chances are you're really only going to find second-hand games now.
The thing is, last generation, I just bunched that into like the retro area, so that's a whole different subject.
Yeah, I suppose so. But no, mine's basically always new physical copies, just because I prefer to have something. But yeah, I mean.
But you tend to buy more games on the console, don't you?
Yeah, I tend I guess I play games now, basically more on my console than I do on anything else. I mean,
I've just transitioned the past year or so. I've just been playing more and more games on my PC, so it's all gone digital really. But when I do buy a game, I will buy a physical product for the console. And again, occasionally I'll buy it second hand, but for the most part, it's usually new.
So this Mass Effect Andromeda, was it just a standard DVD case?
Yeah.
Did you keep the DVD case?
Yeah.
You kept the DVD case with a code in it?
I did. I don't know why, but I did.
Was it actually a proper DVD with a spot for a disc?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! So it was a full. They didn't even make a pro. When Microsoft points were first a thing, they made special cases for the points, which was a DVD case, but instead of where the CD went, had like a proper little groove to fit the
Yeah, I
credit
remember
card.
that. Yeah.
I imagined you'd get one of those, but they were too tight to even make those. They were just like, sorry, we've got millions of these fucking DVD cases. Just stick a code in that and be done.
Yeah, and it was a 3-disc one as well.
Oh, it's a 3-disc for one. Oh God.
Yeah, it was one of them, and basically it just had a little sheet in there with stuff about Origin and accessing Origin and all that kind of stuff. The code, and then an advert for the guide. I think it was. That was it.
Just what a mess.
I find it really weird because on that situation is because like it was £10 cheaper than buying it online directly from EA, and then I had some in-store credit, so I got a bit more off, and then they had to post it to me for day release, and I get it, and then I just put a code in, and I'd already, because I got Origin access anyway, I'd already downloaded the game and I'd already played several hours of it, and I just unlocked it. It seemed so pointless. It seemed like the whole distribution of that code seemed ridiculous.
I wonder if there are places that have sold the game on discs, and they've basically just been like, yeah, well, we've got loads of these. But like, would it have been on 3 DVDs? It probably would have been on 3 DVDs.
Oh, it would have probably been more than 3 DVDs. I mean, obviously you could cost not putting it on a disc and having all that printed up and burnt and all that stuff. But just for a code, I don't understand. A game could have just sent it via email.
I think there is some kind of like legislation that states if you're selling
a box product, it has to be sent to the person. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I get the rules and stuff. It just seems like, all the extra things that has gone through, just the carbon footprint of that code. Because obviously that was printed and manufactured, then shipped off to a warehouse, then that's distributed to people that the shops that want it. So that goes wherever it is in the world that it's going to. Then that is distributed to the warehouses and shops and whatnot, and then it's then sent through the post, which is then distributed all around and goes for wherever it's going to eventually get to your hands. So it's like there's a long way that's travelled
thousands of miles
just for like a 20-digit code.
Yeah, I mean they really should just offshore that lot, because there's CD Keys I think is Russian.
I'm not sure where they're based.
I'm sure they're Russian. So why they don't just do that so they don't have to? There's no law to specify. I mean, I'm not saying that you should outsource it. So there's less jobs here. They'd be the same amount of jobs. It'd just come from a server in Russia. Don't know.
Yeah, it just seems really weird.
Just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
So, online or in shops. So, I mean, digitally is mainly now going to be online. Rarely would you buy a digital code. Well, you did it. You bought a digital code in a shop online.
I did, yeah.
You did the full trifecta.
You can do that. Shops do offer a code. So, I mean, those kind of things are good for if you're buying someone a gift for their birthday or Christmas or something, and you want to buy them the game, but you can just they want it on PC or whatever, and they can just put in the code then and grab it. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's good for people who don't have something like Steam where they can gift it to somebody or whatnot.
I guess now, almost exclusively I shop online just because it's a ton cheaper.
And more convenient.
Yeah, I mean they. Certainly, I mean you might have to wait a day or two for it to turn up, but it's so almost, well, this is the thing. I mean, supermarkets, if you're buying a game now from a shop, a supermarket is the best place to buy it because their buying power is ridiculous. I think ridiculous is my new saying of the day. So yeah, their buying power was just incredible. So they, like, for newly released games, it used to be that the cheapest place you could get them in a store was like a Tesco or a Sainsbury's, because Game couldn't keep up with them, which I think is probably still true now. But I mean, Amazon is probably by far the cheapest place to get them. So I mean, if you're going to go to a store, you'd go to a supermarket. And supermarkets are, I mean, the worst thing about like game shops, certainly around here, is that they were all kind of the centre of town, which is just a real nightmare to get to. You got to park, you got to pay for parking, you've got to navigate the like huddled masses, you go through the shop, make sure you get there before 5, which is next to impossible if you've got a job. Now with a 24-hour supermarket, it's outside of town, there's lots of parking. You can just drive up to the supermarket, get out the car, basically at the door, walk in, pick it up, pay at like 9 o'clock at night, and then be playing that day.
That's true.
Whereas, like online, I guess sometimes you might have to wait. If it's a pre-order, chances are it's getting to you on the day. If it's already out, you'll have to wait until the next day maybe, or the day after that. So.
Yeah, I suppose it depends where you order from, what time you've ordered it, if you have paid for next day delivery, or you've gone for a free option, or they offer next day delivery, or you're with someone like Amazon with Amazon Prime where you get next day delivery in your subscription.
I think most online sort of stores will post Royal Mail First Class.
Yeah.
And that's usually next day, as long as you order before, I think it's about 4 o'clock for most people. So there's still a good chance you're getting it the next day.
Yeah.
Whereas digital, I mean, you basically buy PC games digitally now. There's not many games that get like, I say pressed to a disc, but that's vinyl. So there's not many PC games that still get like burnt to a disc. I don't suppose.
Yeah, there's really no point. A few years back, I still used to buy the games on disc, even though they had a Steam key with them, just so I didn't have to download anything, because my internet was shite, and the games were 30 gig at the time. It would just take hours and hours and hours to download that kind of thing. So getting a disc would really cut that amount of time down.
I mean, now
I've got fast internet, it just doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I mean, now that sort of games are getting bigger, and people, as a rule, don't have a Blu-ray drive in their PC.
No, they don't.
So you can buy a game on one Blu-ray, which is probably next to impossible, or like for a very niche market, download it or sell it on about 10 DVDs. So
yeah.
I think digital, that helped digital take off on the PC, really.
Oh, that's for sure, definitely. I mean, the thing is, you'd find most games would be put on like 3 DVD discs, and everything's really compressed down. So when you're installing things, it's all being unzipped and whatnot, essentially. So you could fit like all that data on like over a span of 3 discs, for one what would be essentially one Blu-ray on the console. But yeah, it's just, and then it's the installing of the discs and everything. It's like, can't be bothered anymore. Download it, done with a couple of hours maybe.
I remember when DVD drives started taking off, and like I had WoW on, I think it was like 5 CDs or 1 DVD.
Yeah, that was it.
I was like, this is incredible. So yeah, I guess that was and now internet speeds are getting faster. It doesn't really matter. Digital's a fine thing. I'm still pissed off with digital pricing for the stores, but we could digital pricing for the consoles, but we could go on about that for weeks, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a thing we'll bring up time and time again. So
yeah.
So that's pretty much online or in shops.
So basically, in that round, it's online is the majority of buy, but occasionally is the shops.
Yeah, I rarely get to a shop to buy a game. Even when I go to like a supermarket, I'll look at the games and just be like, okay, it's cheaper online.
Unless they have some really cool deal going on in like a supermarket or something, you might as well just get it online.
Saying that, I had to go shopping today, and I got a receipt printed out with a barcode that says spend £40 and get £5 off, so I could get a new game for £35.
No, that's alright.
And I'm just sort of like, maybe, but then I don't know. But yeah, I'll see how the mood takes me. And yeah, if I'm passing a computer game shop and I've got some time, I might think, oh, I'll see what's in the sale, and sometimes I'll pick things up. I want to say recently, but it must have been Boxing Day. I bought the Star Ocean game on the PS4 in the limited steelbook, like day one edition thing, for like £20.
Yeah.
So I think that was the last time I bought a game from a shop. Other than that, they've all been posted to me.
I can't actually remember the last time. To be honest, I can't remember the last time I bought a... Oh, yes, I can actually. I went in and traded a load of old games I didn't want anymore. And I picked up... what was it? It was... what was the... fuck it. The Lord of the Rings game. Shadow of Mordor. I picked that up.
Jesus, how many years ago was that?
Yeah, well, I picked it up really late. So that was a second-hand game I picked up. And... I got another game with it as well. I can't remember what it was now. There were two games I picked up second-hand, and that was probably about a year and a half ago.
Jeez. So yeah, the moral of that is online 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Rarely in shop. So buy on day of release or wait for discounts.
With PC, because I do digital, very rarely I get a game on release. Because I've just rebuilt a new PC, I got some game codes for some fairly recent games, like For Honor and Halo Wars 2. So I've got them. I didn't get them on release day, but I got them via those means. Very rarely do I buy a PC game on launch day. The last one I did was Mass Effect. That might happen a bit more now. I switched my main gaming system as my PC now, so that might happen a bit more on PC. But I tend to just wait for the sales.
Yeah, I mean, I used to pre-order everything, and I'd have like a huge pre-order list. But then I was reading things that said you shouldn't always just pre-order things because like companies will bid against each other. So you might get like £5 off if you go somewhere else, or get a bit more.
Yeah, that happens.
If you go, so yeah, I get that. And there's some places where you can earn points and get them off future purchases and things. But
I mean, console games, I do tend to pre-order them and get them day release. Like last year I was getting most of them on release day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games that I've wanted recently that I've not got on day of release, like the Gears of War. I waited a couple of weeks for that.
Yeah, I waited a few months for that.
Halo Wars, I've still not got. I really enjoyed Halo Wars, but I've not got the second one yet. I guess the big PlayStation exclude the like Horizon. I got that on the day of release, and
you see, I think I'm gonna pick that up next week. So yeah, the other problem is I've had so many games to catch up on from buying loads of games in the sales last year. Is another reason that I've not been kind of buying as many this year.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to pre-order games as well, depending on when they come out, which is ridiculous. But I was having a look today, and that Uncharted game, which is not about Drake's daughter.
No, it's about Chloe.
Yeah. and that weird black mercenary that's in 4, whose name I can't remember. So that remember. I was like, right, I'm really interested in this. I'll see when it comes out, and it's not out until like August.
Yeah, August 23rd, I believe it is.
Yeah, so I was like, sod it.
We spoke about it last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought, yeah, I sod it. I'll pre-order it, then I don't have to think about it anymore. And there was another game I pre-ordered, Ease, the new Ease, or YS. I'm sure it's pronounced Ease.
I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
That's released in like June or something, and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I quite liked playing these games. I'll probably buy that. And what's the other one? I really want the new is it Dragon? I want to say Dragon Warrior, but it's not. Dragon Quest. I want to get the new Dragon Quest, but that's not. I don't even think that's got a release date yet.
No,
So,
I mean, I've got a few I put on my wish list, like Detroit and The Last of Us 2. What else? Crackdown 3. Like, and then there's another PlayStation exclusive. I can't think what it is. But yeah, I've got a few on my list that I want to get. Oh, God of War, that's it. But I don't know if I'm going to pre-order them or not.
Yeah, I tend to pre-order the big. I used to just pre-order everything if there was like a small, like a multi-platform or like a AA game. I'd just pre-order them because I wanted them. But now I will pre-order the like the big AAAs that I'm really excited about, and everything else I just sort of pick up as and when.
I mean, I have South Park: The Fractured But Whole on pre-order, and I'm pretty sure I'll end up pre-ordering and getting on launch day. That'll be the new Red Dead game.
I don't know about the Red Dead game. I don't know.
The new Uncharted, I got the season pass, so I'll be already getting that digitally. So yeah, do you wait for discounts? I guess not.
No, maybe. I don't know. I kind of do. I suppose it depends what the game is. If I really want it, and I generally really want games, then I will. I think
it comes down to a case by case basis, doesn't it? Really.
I think you're probably right.
Also, what you've got at the time of, what you're playing through at the time, and how much you've got left to get through. That's kind of how I tend to go about it.
Yeah, I think that's for the most part it. See what I'm playing at the minute. If I still really want it, I'll sometimes go for it, and other times not.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the same with everything. But yes, we've made this mini episode actually quite long, so we
did, yeah.
Have you got anything else to add to that?
I have not, no.
Ah, good. So what have you done this week?
I played more Mass Effect.
Yep. Lots and lots of Mass Effect.
I got promotion at work.
Boo, no one cares.
Yeah, no one cares about that. What is it? Oh, my 1080 Ti has been shipped to me. I should get it tomorrow.
I can't believe you bought. I still cannot believe you bought that.
Come on, it's me.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Yeah, that's it basically.
God. Well, other than like I've been playing Mass Effect still. I'm
still really enjoying that game.
I'm on the big sandy planet that's really annoying.
Oh yeah, I've just 100%ed that.
Yeah. What else have I been doing? Been playing the Mass Effect game on my phone. That's okay.
I got bored of doing that. I can't be bothered anymore.
I can still tolerate it because I press 4 buttons and then leave it for like 6 hours, and then press 4 more buttons and then just repeat.
Yeah, I just don't. It's just really not that bothered by it.
No,
I've got like so much effort.
I've got to the stage now where I don't need the credits, I don't need the resources, I don't need the equipment. There's no reason for me to play it.
No, and like in game itself, I can't be bothered to craft anything. I can't be bothered to. I'm just happy with the weapons I've got, and yeah.
Yeah. I did order Raspberry Pi.
Yay!
Again. So I'll probably be setting that up. I guess we can talk about a bit of that next week. We'll make everyone wait for that one. I think that's it. I've not really been doing anything. Been trying to stay alive, I suppose. I'm quite good at that, I think.
I don't know. There was some bit of news that came out this week that involves my work, but I don't know whether to say or not. Maybe. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I've been working on the new micro machines because I work for Codemasters, and we've finally announced that Brian Blessed is doing voiceover for it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's going to be really amazing. I hope he's just really shouty. I hope he's not.
I can't say a word about it, but yeah.
I genuinely hope he's not just like, and that was a good race. It's just want him to just scream at the TV, or out of the TV, I suppose. I'm actually. I'll be honest. I wasn't really
because of my
that
NDA.
excited.
I can't say anything about it, but I can say that he is in it.
Well, that has been announced, so
yeah.
It was on the news. So, I mean, I wasn't that excited about it, but I've just been like watching videos and looking at screenshots, and I was like, this could be quite fun. It could be the new sort of Mario Kart. So, yeah, I think I might get it. Or you can just give me a copy.
Unfortunately, I could say that, but like anything you ask or anything you say, I just can't say a word.
But you can give me a copy of the game. Yeah, we'll accept that as a yes. Social media. Where are you now and still and continue to be?
I am Ivan_ZARR on Twitter. I am Bald-Bearded Gamer on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook as well.
Yeah, Facebook, I'm Pondis Plays. Twitter, I'm Pondis Plays, although I did reinstall the Twitter app and logged in as a different name, so I'm not getting anything. Other than that, you can find us both on YouTube and at nothingtoplay.co.uk. I've not put a new poster up in a while. I'm going to put a new poster up now. So, yeah, you can, when you're finished listening to this, you can go and look at the new poster. New poster's going to be pretty. I don't know what the new poster's going to be. I keep saying it's going to be good. I've got no idea what I'm going to put there. So,
if people follow us on Facebook, they would have noticed I put up a post today saying GOG is giving Saints Row 2 away for free for 48 hours. So there's probably about 24 hours left of recording this.
Yes. Christ, are we going to get this out in 24 hours?
I'm going to edit it as soon as we finish and get it out, I hope.
Yeah, so yeah, go and get your free copy of it. A free game is always good.
It's a good game as well.
Saints Row 3. Did we say it was Saints Row 3?
2.
Oh, Saints Row 2. Yeah, Saints Row 2. Really good game. I really enjoyed the Saints Rows, actually. I thought they were nonsense.
Yeah, that's what was great about them.
Yeah, just beating someone to death with like a 3-foot long plastic cock. Is,
well, Agents of Mayhem, right, in August as well, so it's basically Saints Row.
Yeah, it's no, Agents of May. Yeah, it is. It's set in the Saints Row universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that should hopefully be pretty good.
Yeah, I suppose that's the end of the podcast this week, I guess.
I suppose so. I'm gonna upload a poster, so everyone should go and see it right now. We will get this podcast online fairly soon, so everyone should listen to it a lot. I guess that's it. Do we have anything? Any final words of wisdom?
Live long and prosper.
Oh, terrible. I don't know. What have I got? That's particularly insightful. Change the batteries in all your old games, because if the batteries leak, you'll ruin your games. That's pretty insightful.
They're all about due to come to change, aren't they?
Yeah, the batteries are pretty much died by now. But you will lose your. I wonder if you would lose your game save. I guess you could rig up some kind of backup battery for now and then change. You know what? Doesn't matter. Change your batteries. Just change the batteries.
Okay, with that wisdom.
If indeed
put
you can
out
call
there
that
into
wisdom.
the ethos, I suppose that's time for us to go.
Yeah. So goodbye.
Bye.